I know, but look, they're almost gone.
Hey everybody, we're on the climb up the Bigelows. Little viewpoint out here. Very nice. I think we're going down and then up that and up that down the other side. Gorgeous. We're gonna sit up here and have some lunch. Just popped out here. We got a sign. Bigelow Mountain, South Horn, elevation 3,831. The west peak is 2.1 miles away and it's almost 5, so we're probably just gonna go down into this next little dip between the two and find a spot to camp. Looks like no rain or anything like that, so should be a nice night to camp out. Talk to y'all soon. Good morning. It's about 8:15 in the morning. We stealthed just before this. Not in the alpine zone, down below tree line. Bigelow Mountain West Peak, elevation 4150. Look what we got. We're up above the clouds, but it's cool because some of the peaks are peeking through. And this side we just got beautiful mountains. That one in front of us is Sugarloaf, which is a big ski resort. You can see the ski tracks that go down it. And then if you look back this way, that's what we came over yesterday, is all those peaks. And then around this side, back to the cloud again. They really are like islands. They look like islands floating in the clouds. Super cool. Next we're going up over that thing in front of us, then over that thing, and then I believe down and down and down into some more flat type land. I believe. It's just gorgeous. They have these signs: please help us preserve the fragile alpine plants, stay on trail. This started back in the Whites. Before that we never really saw them, but starting in the Whites there were these signs that said entering the alpine zone. And when you get up here, there's a lot of rocks with the lichen on it, a lot of mosses and stuff like that, and all the trees are very short and stubby. No tall trees up above tree line in the alpine zone. Anyway, we are heading down this way. We got a little bit of a downhill, then up to that next peak, and then from there looks like we got a nice kind of gradual hill for a lot of the day and then flat. People will tell you that southern Maine is probably the most difficult part of the trail. I believe that's probably true, more so than the Whites. You're basically taking the huge ups and downs of the Whites, but you're adding in big roots and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, we're headed off that way, and we'll check in maybe at the top of the next one. Hey y'all, we are at the second peak in the Bigelow Range, Avery Peak, elevation 4,088. Same thing off in the distance, sea of clouds. Down there, a lot of ponds, you can see them all stretching out. That's the one we just came over. Over there is a fire warden's tower, I guess, that has been, it's knocked down now. Let's see if I can take you over there. It is gorgeous up here. I know I've said that a million times, but there's not much else to say. That's why you come out here to hike the trail. I mean, everyone comes for their own reasons, but one of the things that every person that's hiked this trail has in common is they've all seen this beauty that is up here. So it's very nice. Anyway, from here we got a downhill and then a little up to the last of the peaks. Anyway, there's the Remains of the tower. Looks like Inside Out found a plaque. There's a landing strip over there for airplanes, I think. It says Myron H. Avery Peak of Mount Bigelow, named in honor of Myron Halliburton Avery, whose foresight, leadership, and diligence made possible the Appalachian Trail, this 2,000-mile footpath from Maine to Georgia, is what that says. Beautiful. Thanks, Myron Avery. Alright, we're gonna head down the other side of this and check in a bit. So cool. Hey y'all. We just came over the last peak, Little Bigelow, and beautiful view over here with lots of lakes, or ponds, ponds, with islands in the middle. Gorgeous. Trail comes off this way. We are now starting that downhill towards Little Bigelow Pond lean-to, which is not where we are staying. We are trying to get as close to the Kennebec as we can, because tomorrow we have to catch the ferry that runs from 9 in the morning till 2. So we can't leave ourselves at a distance too far. Otherwise, you know, we'd have to miss the ferry and wait another day, and we're not going to do all that. So that is the plan. I'll turn this off because we're going downhill. Talk to y'all in a bit. Definitely one of the coolest things about hiking in Maine. When you get to a lot of the tops of these mountains, there's these wild blueberry bushes. And these things are so good. They're a little different than the ones in the stores, but they're sweet and kind of tangy and tart. Super good. Y'all, it's East Flagstaff Lake.
Just Flagstaff.
Oh, Flagstaff Lake. That's a really cool mile 2000 sign we just hit, but 2,000 miles was over 40 miles ago. So this one must be really old, but it's very nice. Check it out, y'all. This is West Carey Pond. Gorgeous. We just left the lean-to. Apparently a guy comes over every day in a boat, and he made, there was like whoopie pies and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, apples, bubble gum, and he just stocks it every day. Super cool. So thank you. I don't think his name was in there, but thank you to the guy who stocks West Carey Pond lean-to. Beautiful. We're going to be looking for a place to camp pretty soon. It's about 6:30. And over the Kennebec tomorrow. Talk to y'all soon. Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of August. We camped near a dirt road last night. I forget the name of the road. I don't even think it had a name. It was just a little dirt road. Anyway, it's about 11 miles from the Kennebec River. But we're in peak season, so the times to get across it on the ferry are 9 to 2 in the afternoon is when the ferry runs. So 11 miles of relatively easy terrain. Should put us at the river at about noon. That way we got, a couple hours to spare. So we're gonna paddle across that. It is kind of a rainy day. I'm not sure how paddling across the river in the rain will be, but Well, that's what it's about, right? New adventures. So we're gonna get across there, and Inside Out had one more box of food mailed to Caratunk, mainly because we looked at the guide and we were looking for a place that would be good to send a box of food, and the post office in Caratunk is like 0.3 off trail. So we're like, let's just do that, because then we don't even have to hitch a ride or anything like that. So now we looked, this is a funny fact. I thought post offices just have all the same hours because they're government, you know, it's a government building. So I thought they're all 9 to 5. The post office in Caratunk is open from 2 in the afternoon until 4 in the afternoon. That's it. 2 hours for the entire day. And I'm not sure how they chose 2 to 4. They could have chose noon to 2 or 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. or whatever. For whatever reason, it's 2 in the morning, or no, it's 2 in the afternoon till 4 in the afternoon. So, yeah, we think around noon we're going to take the ferry across, and which is the official route of the AT. There's a white blaze painted in the bottom of the boat. Somebody did die, I believe, earlier this year trying to ford the Kennebec, which you should never do, because trying to swim across that with your backpack on, I guess what it is there's 2 dams. It isn't just one dam, there's 2 different dams, and sometimes they release them one at a time, but sometimes they release them at the same time, and if they release them at the same time, the water level can go up by 4 feet. So that's the dangerous thing about the Kennebec, is you could look at it, it could look low, you could go, oh, it's great, it's only knee deep, and within seconds it can be up over your head. So don't ever try to ford it. It's there's a free ferry service, and if you miss the free one, you can pay $30 for a private one. And most people go, I don't want to pay the $30, maybe I'll just try to. It's like, man, just pay the $30 and save your life. How about that? Anyway, so after we go across on the ferry, that should put us at a really good time to get into Caratunk, to the post office, and pick up the last food box for Inside Out. And then I think a couple days to Monson. And oh, there's a road, and there's a sign way up there, Appalachian Trail North. That one's kind of high. Yep, and then a couple days to Monson, grabbing food for the 100-mile wilderness, and putting a fork in this thing and getting her done. So, love everybody, miss everybody from back home. Miss the dogs, the kids. It's tough. Mentally, it's tough to get up and hike every day. But at this point, you know, so close to the end of what I started that I have no intention of doing anything other than finishing it off strong. So I'll check in with y'all soon. I'll try to get some footage of the ferry paddling across the river, but we'll see. I mean, if it's pouring down rain and I need to use hands to paddle, I may not be the guy that's like, hey, you mind if I pull out my camera and film this? Because people will be like, no, you need to paddle. Anyway, check in with y'all soon. That's kind of cool. The trail is these boards. I'm going really slowly. This would be a really bad way to go. And that's the pond right there. So we're almost walking over the edge of the pond. There's a little inlet here. But yeah, and a lot of this trail, you come right up in Maine, you come right up on these ponds. Gorgeous. It's real hazy out there. Still morning fog. The rain's let up a little. It's not actually raining right now. But yeah, and this is the trail, walking across boards over water. It's kind of neat, but kind of fun. hazardous crossing. That's the Kennebec in front of us. We're waiting on the ferry to go across. It's about 11:40, so we'll still make the post office with plenty of time. We're gonna sit here and have something to eat, I think, and wait our turn. But yeah, headed across that way. We are at the post office in Caratunk, getting a inside-out food supply box. And look, this is how you know you're on the AT. Boom. Hiker box right in front of the post office. Love it. Not much in there though, but that's something you see all along the AT is hiker boxes. Something I never knew existed. But it's going to be funny to be back in the real world and not see boxes with free hiking gear everywhere you go. Talk to y'all soon.